Well, there it is, 1974 DT360 with a little spicier engine than the standard unit. It's you can't really see it. It's a 363 prefix, and we got 7 cooling fins. The other side gives it away. It says 496cc on it. It's out of, I think, a 1973 SC500. Yeah, there it is. It's the big bore. Fits right into this 74 chassis. I bet you it fits into a lot of them. I think the 75s are similar. The 250s might even be the same. I'd love to find out. I got a whole nother motor I need to put a bike in, so maybe someday I'll find a donor. But yeah, that's it right there. Not much to look at. And honestly, for a 500 two-stroke, it still does leave something to be desired. You know, it's this thing isn't making 55 horsepower. Might be making 40 right now, the way it's configured. We got the big old carb on there. It's a 39mm key and PWK. Some port work in that cylinder. It's actually milder than stock, believe it or not. Why would you go the other way? Well, Yamaha went a little crazy with these, with their, I think it's about 196 degrees of exhaust or open duration in the stock form, which is more than a 125, you know, like a modern 125. You really, geez, you know, I'm not, like, I get it. They didn't really know how to get enough time area to blow that cylinder down with a single exhaust port, so they just raised it up until it made the power they were looking for, which is one way to do it. With the stock, yeah, the bottom was piss poor. These things were, they didn't make any power till about 4,500, 5,000 RPM, and then they made it all at once. And this one here still kind of tries to do that, despite my best efforts. I've pumped up the bottom end and the mid-range a little bit, broadened the spread of power. Still hits hard on the top end and just wants to go ape shit from about 5 to 7, which is fun. You know, I never get tired of that. But trying to spread the power out a little bit and keep the revs down. So this old timer here, you don't find a hell of a lot of parts for him anymore. Trying to make it last. But yeah, it's been a fun little project. I'm glad the motor's finally working out the way I wanted it. The first go around there was some serious issues. Not just the poor power delivery, but the transmission wasn't quite working right. And had some other things too, and in general it was pretty miserable. So this motor was in the bike the first go around for, I don't know, maybe half a tank of gas before I pulled it out and put the 360 back in. The 360's running pretty good too. That one needed some love too, you know, development wise. It had to do similar work to the 360, but the 360's running good as a 360 two-stroke should. Certainly not down on power, you know. That's like it was stock. It's doing all right. So anyway, let's let it eat a little bit. That's the fun part. it's real squirrely trying to get this thing to go. I don't know what to attribute that to. It's geared real tall. It's a 17 tooth counter shaft, same as I was running on the 360. The stock 44 tooth on the rear, I think. So first gear is pretty tall. You get into fourth gear, top gear around 70, and it just keeps pulling. So yeah, that's plenty. I'm sure it'll make more. A little further tuning. I may end up getting a pipe for this one as well. The stalker, you can see the lengths they went to make it as long as they possibly could and still fit on the bike. I mean, they used all the length and then they kind of wrapped it around. The longer the pipe is, the lower the RPM it makes power at. So that's what they're going for here. It needs to be longer still. This thing's coming on around 5,000 RPM. Yeah, well, that's my battery protector for when I have a battery in this thing. Need to get a battery. That's on my to-do list. Yeah, the vibration, that's originally these were counterbalanced. They had what Yamaha called the omni-phase balancer. And that apparently worked pretty good. I guess they're not reliable. That's what people say anyway. It's probably bullshit. People say a lot of dumb shit about these things. Come to find out it's not accurate. But they say the omni-phase balancer is unreliable and the chains stretch and all kinds of shit. In any case, just on account of simplicity and minimizing reciprocating mass, I pulled all that stuff out. All the stuff I had anyway. I built this motor from bare cases, so I never ordered balancer shaft or a chain or any of the associated hardware. All I had to do, and if you are in this predicament where you're wondering what do you do with that balancer, you do have to make sure that you knock the inner race out of the, there's a roller bearing on the clutch side, center case. That little guy, it's tough. You got to kind of punch it out of there. It doesn't just fall out. But as I came to find out, it was working its way out on the initial test run and was trying to drop into the gearbox because it's right here above the transmission shafts. So that inner race damn near dropped into the gear stack, which would have been pretty bad. So fortunately I found that before that occurred. But yeah, balancer's not necessary. It just helps if you like having a rear view mirror on it that's not spinning itself wildly around in random directions, because as soon as this thing gets wound up at high frequency vibrations, just start shaking stuff. So I'd probably address that. If the mirror was maybe a little tighter, it wouldn't be wiggling around so much. But anyway, I dig it. I can deal with a little vibration. This thing runs pretty good. You know, it's a ripper. The 4-speed box isn't bad with the width of the power band. It pulls. You know, you don't, if you short shift too soon, which is easy to do, you know, when you're just spinning the tire, it seems like it you know, it doesn't really bog, but you can tell if you grab the next gear too soon. Yeah, if you just let it rip for a minute, you know, dig yourself a little trench, throw yourself some roost. Damn, that's a pretty good amount too. Yeah, this thing gets up and goes just fine. You just gotta wind that gear out, let the bike catch up, and yeah, start clicking them off. The gearbox is good. One of the repairs I detailed in a couple of places because I really want people to find out about the that shift star. The stock design just sucks. You got to reshape that thing and reshape the detent pin into more of a wedge, so there's a lot less dead spot on the top of that detent mechanism. I haven't missed a shift since, and it used to be under power I'd have issues. Usually second to third, it would hang up and it wouldn't quite complete the shift. So with the detent mechanism modified, it's been flawless. I've been banging gears on little stretches such as this, and I haven't had any issues. But yeah, if you got any Yamaha 1970s RD, DT, RT, AT, probably all of them, R5, they all have a similar crappy shift star in them. And I don't know, these guys aren't stupid at Yamaha. I don't know what they're doing, but later on they reshaped the shift star kind of similar to what I ended up doing with this one. I just kind of sharpened it up. I got rid of the rounded nose and It makes the mechanism work because it's not ideal. It's not like the newer ones with a little, they got a roller and a little more angular shape to the star and a little spring preloaded. It's a whole, without redesigning the shift mechanism, this is the best you can do. So I got some pictures posted up on the Yamaha Enduro forum about that. But yeah, I don't know if anybody's really messing with these things anymore. But the RD guys, if they aren't already doing it, man, they definitely should. Because I had that issue with my RD 400. Or it would miss shifts, and it was kind of a nuisance. Usually like 4th to 5th, 5th to 6th, it seemed like it would hang up, hit a false neutral. But yeah, it can be fixed. They work pretty good. The shift feel is great for such an old, crusty motor. It's not bad. It doesn't leave much to be desired. Anyway, that's it. That's the DT500. Man, I like it a lot. It's compared to stock. The bike's come so far. That stock DT360 was a slug. It didn't run like this. It wasn't digging trenches and getting all squirrely and throwing roost. This is neat. Maybe I'll do one more of those before I call it. No, that's enough. Still technically breaking this thing in, so yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.